Alright boys, we just finished the stream pulling for Nayuta, testing her a little bit, doing our first impression. So let's talk a little bit about this girl, because as you can see, her damage is ridiculous. It's stupid how good this character is. Now there is a few things, mostly regarding to Crown. And when we talk about B2s, she's not gonna be dethroning Crown as the best B2, but she's the second best B2 even on neutral content, better than anyone else. And there is a few reasons for this. So let's talk about this. And also, as usual, hello the internet, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, Nayuta first impressions. Don't take first impressions as full reviews, please. They are not. They are just rough testing to see what's going on with the character. But as you can see, 3.5 bill almost the same damage as my Wasuka. Now, obviously my Wasuka is not heavily invested. She has pretty good lines. And then 4.3 on my SBS with really good investment. So less than 1 billion difference with my SBS. And my SBS is, I believe, core 3, core 4, core 3. And Nayuta is LB1. While having worse lines and everything. So a really strong B2. Her damage is stupid. The biggest difference with Crown, I will say, is that she doesn't have the shield, right? She doesn't have the reload speed. It's less attack and less attack damage overall when it comes to buffs. But she makes up for that with her raw damage, regardless of where she is. Now, obviously, for Kraken, the team has changed. You are not running Crown anymore. You just run her and put Helm as your other characters. You can literally fully clear Kraken on auto depending on your account and depending on your investment, which is fantastic, honestly. Right now my Nayuta is at 10-10-10. She has running a resilience and she has 4 elemental, 3 attacks. So elemental max ammo in there, elemental attack in there, elemental attack in there, and elemental attack in there. I got lucky. That was like 50 or 60 rocks. When it comes to her skills, sadly, this is going to be another character that you want to be going 10-10-10. You could be going 7-7-7 at the beginning if you are a new player and don't have a lot of resources, but this is yet another character that you want to be leveling up everything, because they are balancing the characters around, so all of the skills are really important for their kids. The good thing about this is that, in contrast, the gear is going to be pretty cheap to reroll, because you only care about elemental, you only care about attack. Max ammo is useless, because you don't take advantage of it. You are gonna be bursting all the time, and she changes her weapon type. Meaning the max ammo is gonna be wasted here because you change weapon type, and then you go back into your normal ammo after fall burst ends, and then you have like only a couple seconds downtime between rotations, right? So it's useless to get max ammo. Hit rate is good to get one line, but it's not necessary because she's getting a lot on her own. Skill 2 as well. So it's like, okay, hit rate you can ignore, max ammo you can ignore, you go elemental, you go on attack, and you go with crit as filler lines if you get any, obviously. So expensive on the skills, cheap on the gear, and then the cube, it literally doesn't matter, because like we were saying earlier, she's barely reloading and she doesn't really take advantage of the bastion mechanic. This is one of the first characters that you might be better off running something like the onslaught cube for the chair's damage on her burst than anything else. A big chunk of her damage comes from her burst, which is that change in weapon. But again, whatever you have more levels, resilience or bastion, put that just for the raw stats, nothing else. We do have an SR phase 15 doll max out. I will say it's kind of mandatory, not mandatory, but it's recommended and priority to level up her doll. This is a DPS support, both. It's not like a sub DPS, no, it's a DPS support. It's like Little Mermaid, but giving way more damage and less utility. So we're talking about one of the best B2s in the game right now, by far. I don't think she will be T0. I need to keep testing. Again, take this just as with a grain of salt for now, right? Like you saw earlier, she's getting really good damage. We have a couple more tests around here we were checking earlier. For example, on neutral content, right, running Nayuta, my rapid refill goes from 5.8 to 6.7. So I am losing damage, but then again, if you look at Crown doing 800 and then Nayuta doing 1.6, she makes up for the lack of buffs by just destroying the enemies herself. Also, her heals are pretty consistent, and she will destroy all enemies. Like for example, on Harvester, you don't have to worry about the ads. On Kraken, she destroys all the projectiles. Like on most stages with ads, she will also shine more than Crown does. Now, a couple interesting things unrelated to this, but still pretty nice. Guys, this is probably one of the best skins Shift Up has done, not gonna lie, okay? Good fit. Good jiggles, good fan service, and this sitting pose, it's perfection, okay? Nothing else. Same for the shooting pose. Nice fit, by the way. Maybe the jiggle is a little bit tuned out, right? Maybe it's too much, depending who you ask. I don't mind it. I think having good jiggles per second is always a plus. You can also favorite characters now. Click on the main NIKKE right there, and you will be able to see them at the top of the list regardless of their combat power. And also important, I will be making a video tomorrow, okay, because I need to keep testing. But so far, Chime is kind of a meme and nothing else. I don't know what's here. So I put her with the purple doll, I overloaded her, I went 777, a waste of resources. She does buff ground. The thing is, it's not that big of a buff. It's not something that you actually want to replace a proper buffer like Treasure Helm that benefits everyone on a team versus putting Chime for crown. Or an extra DPS, maybe your Eve to buff someone, maybe you're just running a normal machine gun as an off burst. Like, you are better off with a normal character so far that actually running Chime, but again, we need to test more, we'll see tomorrow. Outside of that, obviously, I think this is obvious, but recommended 100% to get a copy. Now, the MLB is nice, this is a DPS character at the end of the day, but if you don't like her, if she's not your waifu, extra copies are useless in NIKKE. Okay, you will know this. After you are past the 160 wall, you are good to save for your waifus only, and MLB does. In my opinion, it's worth getting a few copies if you can, but this is a 1% banner because Pilgrim rates kinda suck. So obviously, if you want to be playing with the RNG, up to you. I will not be the one to stop you. And also, just last thing before we go, so here is the thing, right? If you don't support Shift Up now, by getting the gacha skin, right? So we can get Project Spirits sooner. Are you really a true commander? Exactly, I don't think so. Now that's it, guys. I'm out. That's the first impressions. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm really tired. We will be live later playing Resonance Solstice if you're interested on the train gacha and doing more tests for both Nayuta and Chime. So that's it. Literally, I have my eyes that have been closing down through the whole video. Love you all bastards. Have a good night. Good luck with your pool dinner, and I'll see you in the next one.